During their final meal together, Jesus hands a cup of wine to his disciples and announces a new covenant. To the 12 men in that room, this announcement threatened the very structure of their religious and national identity. For a first-century Jew, covenant wasn't a theological abstract. It was the historical and legal reason their nation existed, the framework that defined who they were and how they related to the world. This foundation operated on two distinct tracks. First, it was a strict, legally binding agreement requiring absolute obedience. But the second track is relational. The Old Testament describes this covenant as a marriage, an intimate, enduring union between God and his people. Understanding the Last Supper requires us to hold both realities in balance. The modern church rests on a foundation that merges a strict legal pledge with a profound, intimate romance. Jesus did not arrive to erase these historical agreements. Instead, his new covenant acted like a gravitational center, rolling every previous biblical mandate into a single moment. We can see this in the 4 major covenants of the biblical timeline: the Adamic call to multiply, the Abrahamic promise to bless the nations, the Mosaic structure for flourishing cities, and the Davidic mandate for a ruling king. In the upper room, Jesus pulls these distinct historical threads together. All of these mandates converge in the single act of taking the cup. This means that taking the bread and wine is an active declaration. It signals that all previous human history and every biblical mandate have reached their perfect fulfillment in Jesus. A common friction point in this study is the tendency to view a covenant as a cold, dry contract. To move past that trap, we have to look at the Hebrew concept of hesed. Hesed is covenantal loyalty and love in action. It's a love that sticks, keeps promises, and shows up in real deeds, specifically shown to those who haven't earned it, like Jesus washing the feet of a man he knew would betray him. Think about this. If the cup is a marriage proposal birthed in hesed love, what does our yes practically require us to do with the fellow believers sitting around us? Saying yes to the cup requires us to act out that same hesed love. It means remaining loyal and becoming one loaf with the flawed, imperfect people at the table. Without hesed, the church becomes a collection of individuals bound by a divided contract. With it, the church becomes a unified, world-changing marriage. The final variable in the equation is power. The covenant establishes intimate belonging, but it also functions as a direct delegation of kingdom authority. In Luke 22, Jesus grants his disciples the authority to sit on thrones. Yet the same book emphasizes that the greatest among them must be the one who serves the table. We reconcile this paradox by recognizing that kingdom ruling is synonymous with serving. Covenant authority is given specifically to advance love into broken, messy environments. The ultimate purpose of the covenant is empowerment. It turns passive attendees into active co-rulers who are sent to bring healing to their cities. This framework redefines our view of the covenant. First, the foundation. All historical mandates find fulfillment in the new. Second, the glue, held together by hesed, a loyal marriage to the undeserving. Finally, the outcome, kingdom authority, sending us to serve the town. Participating in the cup represents the acceptance of a marriage proposal and the receipt of a mission briefing for the world.